All right, nutrition orientation.
All right.
Jeanette. So I got one up on the board and kind of see. We'll kind of map it out, customize for you. But with the template, is this? Did we give you this stuff the other day? Okay, so I'll kind of use this to kind of walk through it. There's two things that we focus on. That's gonna make sure that you not only get really good results now, but that you can sustain them. Number one is the quality of food, right? That's what a lot of people focus on. You've probably heard of like keto or paleo. That's all determining like what kind of food you're eating, right?
Okay.
Like, is it fruits, vegetables, vegan? That would be another thing in terms of quality, right? Am I only eating vegetables? Am I only eating meat? You can go like carnivore diet. So it's like there's a lot of diet protocols focused on eliminating certain food groups.
Okay.
That's one piece of it. Now, for us, we like the cheat sheet because what we focus on is a short list of stuff at the beginning that's like what I consider like high performing foods.
Okay.
So there's not any one size fits all. You can eat, by in eliminating certain food groups that might actually be beneficial. I'm not knocking it. It's just not the only piece of the puzzle.
Okay.
So when it comes to quality of food, we want to focus on right now lean meats.
Okay.
Not that fatty meats are bad, just at the beginning, eating fattier meats because they have protein, but they also have fat, the calories are a lot higher. So we're going to try to get your calories lined up for how much you need for you individually. So I'll go into that quantity piece in a second, but that's why. So for the beginning phases, it's mostly all lean meats. So you'll see like turkey, chicken, white fish, egg whites instead of whole eggs. Not that eggs are bad. I eat a ton of eggs, but I have a lot more fat in my diet at this point. So like at the beginning phases, it's just teaching you to be aware of the fat content of food. So lean proteins with every meal you eat. So if you look at the cheat sheet, every feeding has blue. Blue is lean protein.
Yeah.
So it's like chicken, fish, tuna. There's bison. If you go to Costco, they got bison. They got organic ground beef. You can get both of those there. They got pork tenderloins. You can do like a pork roast. That's actually pretty lean, even though it's pork. But avoiding like pork chops, bacon, like ribeye steaks, like fattier stuff.
I didn't see any steak on there.
Yeah, and you can do lean meat, like you can do lean ground beef, but at the beginning, it's more of like I might do that like once a week versus making it a staple in my meal. So our goal is to kind of build out your perfect day, like what you would eat like the majority of the time, and then there's always the 20%, which I just wrote it I actually have it here. I wrote it in my planner because I was wondering, like, what is 80-20? If you're eating 3 meals a day for a week, it's 19 out of 21 is 90%, 17 out of 21. So that means 4 meals you can kind of be like a little iffy about. If you're focusing on 80% and you're eating 4 meals a day, it's 23 out of 28. So you get like 5 kind of questionable meals throughout the entire week. So that's not very much, I don't think, right? But it's a little bit of flexibility, right? If you had to go out for your meet with girlfriends and go out, you could have a dinner and not freak out about it. If it was like your anniversary or something, or you're eating dinner with your kids or something, they come into town, like whatever, some special occasion, you get pretty much 3 to 5 do-over meals a week, and you're still going to be straight on track, even in this really strict phase. So that's
good.
Take that for what it is. So the proteins. So I'm big on shrimp just because it gets eating plain chicken breast for that many meals in a row. It just gets really annoying. You just like, I don't want to chew up another chicken. So
can I do chicken thighs?
Yeah, chicken thighs are fattier meat. So I would incorporate those later. Yeah, I would just do them later. They're just, it is quite a few more calories. My parents they love the thighs, and they were eating those, and then when they didn't realize how much difference the calorie intake is.
You season chicken different ways. That's how I do it. Like one day I'll do like a Mexican flavor, and then like a Greek, and then like at least it's different flavor, and it's not like plain chicken all the time.
That's where the recipe book comes in. It's huge. Like we have I do have like an Asian recipe, an Italian recipe, a Mexican, so I can vary it up. The other one is shrimp, if you don't mind shrimp. Like having shrimp instead of chicken is a good one, and then like egg whites, and you do have some dairy products on here like 0% cottage cheese, 0% plain Greek yogurt. Those can be problematic for a lot of people, so you just have to go on an individual basis. If dairy like irritates your stomach or makes you gassy or bloated or makes you like get a sinus congestion, then I would say avoid it. But if not, that can be a good option too.
All right.
So All right, so that's the protein. So the carbohydrates, like you've got a pretty decent list. You've got potatoes, you've got rice, you've got oats. Those are what I'd say, like your starchy vegetables and whole grains should be at least for 2 of your meals. Those are the primary choice. You've also got fruit on there. You can have 1 piece of fruit as like a serving size, or like berries are a little bit more lower glycemic, so you get a little bit more volume if you were to have like strawberry, blueberry, raspberries. Those are really good because you get a lot more of them per, like more bang for your buck.
Yeah, okay.
You could also have like pasta. You could have some certain breads like white rice. It's about the quantity that matters. So we'll get into that in a second, but that's like, there's nothing off limits per se, but if you stick to the foods on this list, it's really hard to screw it up.
Okay.
And then the third one is the fats. So you've got almond butter, you've got peanut butter, you've got coconut oil, olive oil, avocados, some nuts. The quantity is really important on these too, but those are, again, sparingly at the beginning of the, as you're learning how much you need to eat to fuel your body properly. Being aware of how much fat is in stuff is going to be important because it drives up the calories without people knowing it.
Okay.
So at the beginning, I talked about the quality of food and the quantity of food are the 2 important things. So again, we know we want to eat lean proteins, we want to eat starches and whole grains, we want to eat a lot of vegetables and some healthy fats. Oh, the veggies I didn't talk about. So the veggies, you've got anything green, leafy, cruciferous vegetable is like an unlimited amount you can eat, and we encourage you to eat as much as possible. You like veggies at all or not really? No, you're not a veggie eater?
No. Green beans is probably
and that's what I tell people is like find 1 or 2 that you like and just stick with that. You don't have to become a veggie lover, but you do have to figure out how you can tolerate it. My wife hates veggies. She grew up never eating them. She found something called like the rule of 15. If you force yourself to eat something, like by the 15th time of having it, your taste buds will start to change or tolerate it. So even if you're just eating like 1 or 2 pieces of broccoli or whatever, green beans, if you already like those, you can do green beans every night. But if you get sick of it, you can try to substitute something else, and you just start small, you eat it, you suffer through it, and eventually your taste buds start to change. So salads are good, spinach, any kind of lettuces, or like Swiss chard, or like those type of like leafy greens are good. Broccoli, asparagus, green beans, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. I live in kind of in that range.
Yeah, I could use Brussels sprouts.
Brussels sprouts are really good.
Those are the
You could do like in this phase, I would say you can like bake them or like grill them or whatever with like a balsamic or something. We always like to do them with like a lot of bacon and like fat, but you gotta be careful about it. They're delicious. So
you get them as an appetizer.
If you roast Brussels sprouts with just a little bit of cooking spray, they come out crispy. And my kids go bananas for them.
Oh, I love them crispy. So
and just put them like the cut side down.
On the baking sheet. Spray them with the olive oil spray and like some balsamic. Those are really good. So all right, so big veggies, and then with the fats too, with the quality of food, like not big on any kind of like trans fats or processed fats, so it's like trying to keep it just as clean as possible. Then also trying to keep the use of fats in cooking, like trying to minimize that for this phase. So we recommend buying like a cooking spray, like Maggie was talking about. You can get like an olive oil or a coconut oil. I think the one at Costco we have is like an avocado oil. It's really good. And
avocado? I have that. Can I use Pam or no?
Pam's fine too. Any of those sprays are just going to basically prevent you from like adding 200 calories to your meal without knowing it. Because it'll add up. Like if I make eggs in the skillet and I put in like a tablespoon of olive oil or a tablespoon of butter, then I just added like 120 calories to that. And then if I do that throughout the day, it's going to add up. So, all right. So quality of food, we're eating mostly all whole real foods. You're eating protein sources, that's all like from animals. You're eating the vegetables and whole grains like in their purest form as possible, and fruits. That's kind of where we live, like I said, 80 to 90% of the time, and then that gives you the flexibility to have whatever you want in that 10 to 20% window. So our goal for the 6-week challenge is like if you can be as strict as possible, your results will be exponentially better. If things come up, don't beat yourself up over it. If you have something, just get back on track. You know what I mean? And it is like, if you live here, eventually the goal is, and that's why I always joke with people, we do CrossFit, like the hard workouts, so we can kind of eat like an asshole and enjoy life, right? So like I live where this is just how I eat because I enjoy it. It makes my body feel good. But on Friday nights, we're ordering pizza every week. Like we just have pizza night. I don't feel guilty about it. It's part of my life, but it fits in. I'm still lean because I eat like this the majority of the time. I don't ever not order what I want when I go out to eat, but I'm not going out to eat every single night. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's kind of the premise. Now, we talked about the quantity of food, super important. If you abide by the template for phase 1, what this is going to do is going to put you in like the right amount of calories for your body. So if we look at the cheat sheet, if we look at the in-body scan, your basal metabolic rate is this?
No, I don't think.
Okay, we'll just use this one as an example. This one, the BMR of this person is 1,600 calories, right? So we know that if we don't do any activity, they could probably live off of about 1,800 would be like their amount that they burn if they didn't do any activity at all. So we know that that's like their set point. If they eat less than that, they're going to be burning fat. If they eat more than that, they're going to be storing fat. So you can manipulate that number by doing more activity. So like if you're burning 1,600 to 1,800 just by sitting there, breathing and just being alive, your brain function, respiratory function, but now I start to add in walking 10,000 steps a day or doing a workout in the gym with the CrossFit, with the weight. Now I might burn 2,000 or 2,100 or 2,200 calories. Now if I'm eating 1,600, I'm in a 500 calorie deficit. My body has no choice but to use the fat that it has stored as fuel to meet that energy deficit. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So that's our game. We're not guessing here. This isn't just like starve yourself. We want to eat a specific amount that's a little bit under what we need to support our activity level, so that the body has to reach into those fat stores.
That's what I was saying, not too far under, because that's when you're not going to be
able
able to
to help me
sustain.
with figuring out what my
Yeah.
number is?
So we know the number, and then when we have it mapped out to be really simple, for phase 1, we don't want you to have to track your calories. As long as you're eating food off the list, you're going to be staying in a deficit. But the thing about the quantity that's important for fat loss is we need to make sure that our protein intake is matching like how much muscle we have, so that we can have enough of the building blocks to preserve that lean muscle. So when we're doing the weights and stuff, we're working out, we're breaking down the muscle tissue, and then we want to have enough fuel to build it back up properly. So the building block of muscle is the amino acids. Those come from protein. So the more protein we eat, then we'll have enough of that fuel to build up our muscle or preserve the muscle that we have, so that as we're losing fat, we're not also losing muscle. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I see how it comes together. It's still very foggy, but
It's all right.
A lot of people go on like a crash diet and they'll do more cardio and they won't eat enough protein. Your body will lose a little bit of water weight at the beginning, and you're like, oh, it's working, I lost like 10 pounds, and then you'll kind of get stuck. What happens is with an extreme calorie deficit, the metabolism kind of shuts down, and then the body goes into like fight or flight mode, and it just kind of really hangs on to fat as like an emergency, and will actually break down muscle easier, especially if you're not giving it enough protein. It doesn't like let it know that you're getting enough food, and so it ends up, you get kind of like, I would call it like skinny fat. You just get smaller, but you're not actually losing fat. You're actually keeping your fat. You're losing water weight, you're losing muscle glycogen, and then you start to break down muscle tissue. It makes this number, the basal metabolic rate, smaller, and it makes it harder to maintain that weight. So that's why a lot of people go on that yo-yo diet, because it's just unsustainable. So if I'm slashing my calories, I'm starting to do a bunch of cardio, I'm really hungry, I'm tired, eventually you give in and you eat more food, and then your body, because it finally has food, it's like, sweet, we got food, let's store that as fat, so the next time we go on like a famine, we're not going to die. So it ends up being like, not only did you gain the weight back, but you actually gain more fat. So we're hoping to break that cycle by giving you enough food, get your metabolism working correctly, knowing that there's enough food here, and then when you are in a slight deficit, it's going to be able to use the fat as fuel and not break down your muscle because you're eating enough protein. So with all that being said, the protein is really important.
That's
what we're gonna
focus.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna
Yes.
focus on. So for phase 1, and Maggie's, we'll have like a Google Doc that we use to kind of help hold you accountable, and you can check in with her each week. It's gonna have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think it's either 4 or 5. I think for you it'll just be 4. If you need a 5th, that's fine. But you're gonna have at least 3 main meals where the protein is the main portion of that meal. So I kind of drew my plate up here. You're gonna have like half your plate with vegetables, 1/4 of it with a big chunk of protein, chicken, fish, egg white, whatever you eat, and then other quarter of it is like a carbs, like a starch, a potato, rice, whatever.
Okay.
And that's kind of our formula. So
when you say phase 1, that's 6 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is kind of like lays the groundwork. It gets your metabolism working really well. You'll start to strip away the fat and you'll start to feel good. And what we find, honestly, if you're eating whole foods, the volume of food that you have to eat to get the calories that you need in, it's a lot more than most people are used to. So it's not going to feel like you're starving yourself.
No.
It might feel like, oh my God, I'm stuffing my face. Like, how can I eat all this and lose weight?
That's how I'm feeling with this First Form app. Like, I can never hit my protein, so I have to add protein in my coffee and add protein in a shake.
And that's how I do it too. I'll add collagen into my coffee and shakes.
Collagen isn't protein though?
Yes, it is.
It is.
We count it towards it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it counts.
Okay,
we'll
cool.
count it towards it.
All right, so I guess that's
so
better.
because my protein number is so high that I have to find other ways. Or
okay.
I like to put egg whites in it.
Yeah, I'll do egg whites.
Egg whites in your what though?
I just make like a smoothie type thing out of it. I'll put egg whites and coffee and my protein powder, and I mix it all together and blend it up.
Really?
It gets me like 50 grams.
I love the creativeness.
We'll help you.
I'm sure it's good.
We'll help you.
Oh, it tastes delicious. I'm addicted. I do that every day. So what we'll do right now is kind of go through your perfect day. So figuring out when you want to work out, and then we know we need to basically get our 3 main meals in, and then we can have a post-workout snack, and then depending on if you want another snack, we can have another snack in there, a protein shake, or we can just have a bigger meal. But we need to eat at least 3 to, I would say if we're working out, we need to have at least 3 meals and a snack every day. If we want to, if we'll see how it goes. This is part, Maggie, where we can manipulate these.
Yeah.
These are like building blocks, or kind of like Legos. So if you're like, you know what, I really want to intermittent fast. I'm gonna work out at 11, and then I'm gonna eat from 12:30 until 8, and then I'll cut it off. Then I would say we can combine. You can eat these bigger meals. But what we found for most people, this kind of formula fits with their lifestyle really well.
Okay.
So I'll just kind of manipulate when you get your carbs and your which meals don't have carbs, so that you feel recovered and you build the most muscle possible. So what time are you going to come to the gym for workout?
So I'm doing the Monday, Wednesday, Fridays.
At 6:15 probably? Or
5:30, right?
Okay, in
or
the evening?
6:15, whatever.
Okay.
I'm going to shoot for 5:30 though.
PM?
Yeah.
Okay, so it'll look different probably depending on if you come in the morning or if you do the evening. So
evening.
let's say we're going to do an evening workout. Let's start your day. When do you wake up right now, timing wise?
About 7.
Okay, so we got 7
6,
a.m.
7, yeah.
Okay, and then what's the first thing you do now? And I'll kind of just tell me what you're doing currently, and then we'll do like an existing, and then we'll do like how we're going to tweak it for the new way, so that you can kind of see.
Okay.
You try to keep it as much the same as possible, and then we'll look for ways where we need to manipulate it.
So usually 7, then by 8 I'll have a coffee, which is just black coffee with collagen.
Okay. Is anything before that? Do you do any water? Do you do anything when you get up, or do you just kind of?
I know. Usually my go-to is coffee.
Okay, coffee first. Okay.
After the hour, yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm on calls from morning till about noon.
Okay. So no food, no drink in between that time, or do you snack on stuff?
So right now, because I'm on this, let's see, my mornings kind of look like, or my day looks like, let's look at it like a normal day. So I have coffee in the morning, and then my French vanilla natural collagen, and then meal 2 is usually protein, the strawberry milkshake protein, but I put it on, I do oats. So I do oats with my protein.
Is that in the morning,
butter.
or this is with the second
It's like
meal?
a snack, yeah.
Okay, like 10 a.m. or so? Or?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then blueberries.
Alright, so you got oats, and you got fruit.
She said with protein.
And you got protein shake.
Well, no, the protein is in the oats.
Oh, like protein oats.
Yeah, so it's just an oats meal. That's it. It's not like in addition to that, a protein shake. It's all in that oats. Yeah.
How much is it protein? Does it show? You have MyFitnessPal pulled up, or what do you have?
No, it's First Form.
The First Form app.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's just 1 scoop.
Let me see.
She was like 20 something grams.
Strawberry milkshake, level 1, blueberries, classic almond butter, rolled oats, quick cooking. Okay, you kind of make it all together.
Yeah, I make it the night before.
Ah, so it's like
Overnight
an overnight
oats.
oats.
Yeah, overnight oats.
Got it. So you got the protein.
That's really good with the French toast vegan too. That's how I do it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so easy. I'm still on call, so I can grab and still have a snack.
And that's something you can make for the whole week.
Yeah,
I
do that for the whole week.
That's what I do.
But then next week I'll like switch it up and do something different.
The French vanilla collagen has 15 grams. Nice. All right. Okay.
And then after that, then I'm having grilled chicken thighs.
This
So
is on lunch.
This is lunch.
12 o'clock or later.
Yeah, about 12 o'clock.
Are you hungry from that? Because does the overnight oats make you feel full, or do you feel like in a couple hours you're like ready to eat again?
Yeah, I'm ready to eat again around noon, 1. Yeah.
Okay.
So that's
So
that.
it's grilled chicken thigh or
It's
breast
usually
or
the
whatever.
thigh because
Okay.
I'm not a fan of breast.
Okay.
So I just make a whole week of grilled chicken thighs.
Okay.
And then green beans.
Okay.
And that's
How
usually...
much chicken do you measure it out? Do you buy like a food scale?
Yeah, I usually do like 4 ounces.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. And then...
How much protein does it say that is on your app?
the grilled chicken.
Mm-hmm.
The grilled chicken protein 36.
Okay. Cool.
And then let's see, hold on.
This is pretty good.
I was gonna say
wrapped
she's
up.
on point.
You're already on
I
track.
told you I've been doing the whole thing with the influencer
Right.
online, so she's like, I'll get your food ready, good for you, but that's about then I need.
How
to
long
work
have you
out.
been doing this?
About 3 weeks
Is
now.
your weight down?
And I've lost like 3 pounds, so a pound a week.
Yeah, that's good.
But today I
That's
measured
good, though.
myself and I'm at 140. So almost 4 pounds.
Yeah, that's good.
So that's
That's
good,
good.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's
So I'm like,
Because
yeah,
that's
it's only
sustainable.
a pound.
Then you're
no,
gonna
but
keep
the
that
cool
up.
thing is with the InBody like test, you'll be able to see the muscle fat shifting because you'll lose maybe 1 to 2 pounds a week like that, but you're gonna be losing fat actually quicker because the muscle's gonna start to go up, the fat are
Okay.
gonna. So your inches. Did you take pictures or do inches?
I
and
do
stuff?
pictures in the First Form.
Yeah, I was gonna.
And I can tell like my back fat was thicker and now
Mhm.
it's like a little
That's
less.
awesome.
It's very little, but it's enough.
That's good.
Okay. And then usually for dinner I'll usually do shrimp or
Nice.
chicken again.
Good. Okay.
And again, it's like almost a repeat of my lunch.
With some green beans or some kind of
Yeah.
veggie over. That's good. As
And
long as you're not
then-
sick of it, I'd say stick with that. And like I said,
Well,
if
when you
want
gave me
spice-
this book, I was like, ooh, I get some variety now. I was so excited. And then again at night, I'll usually do a protein shake, a protein shake after I work out.
Okay, so when is this in relation to the 5:30 workout? Do you do this after the workout or prior? They're like just shrimp and green beans.
Oh, that's before my workout.
Okay, so like 4 o'clock or something maybe.
About 5.
Okay,
And then I would go to LA Fitness or
like
whatever.
5:30 or that's.
Around 6, 7.
Okay, so
much
you'd
That's
like
what we
to
might need to
digest.
shift a little bit.
Yeah. And then I would do a protein shake. And sometimes if I'm really hungry, then I do a rice cake with nut butter and bananas.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's kind of been what
Okay.
I've been doing. So I feel like I broke through at least the food piece.
That's
Yeah,
really
dude,
good.
this is
That's
perfect.
really
Right?
good.
Yeah.
So now I just need the workout piece.
Yeah. Well, only thing I would tweak is if we have you coming to the gym at 5:30, I would maybe do like the rice cake or the banana as like a little bit of a snack at like 4:30 or whatever, so you have a little bit of fuel, and then hit the workout with us, so you're not coming in on an empty stomach.
And then dinner?
And then do the protein shake right away.
Okay.
And then go home and then eat the dinner.
Oh, I could do that. Okay.
And then that's.
I actually like that better.
Yeah, that's how I would flow.
Yeah, and I don't go to bed till midnight, 1 in the morning, so it's not like I'm eating in between. So, okay.
So, and I would do, so I'm going to move this here. So we're going to say 5 p.m. Let's just say 4:30. You're going to have, let's just say the rice cake and the almond butter.
Okay.
That gives you a good, because you got carb and fat.
Yeah.
And that gives you, going to give you sustained energy to hit the workout at 5:30.
Okay.
5:30, you're going to hit the workout. And then what I'd like to do is I'd say, like, if you could bring the banana with you, I would eat like half a banana, or maybe probably half the banana, and then the protein shake, like on the way home or here at the gym.
Okay.
And then go home, so then you'd be done at like 6:30.
Mm-hmm.
So then I would have the 6:30 p.m. is going to be the protein shake plus the banana. Let's just say half banana to start. And then you're going to go through, like I would say like 90 minutes later. So that would be 6:30, so 7. So you would eat dinner at like 7:30, 8 o'clock.
Okay.
And then you're done for the night.
And then I'm done. I'm good. Yeah.
But make sure you have some carbs with your dinner as well. So with the lunch, I like it. Just keep it as the grilled chicken thighs and the green beans. You don't even have to switch to chicken breast, because I'm just going to have her keep the thigh, because normally we would have a fat meal.
Yeah.
So like instead of having like a half an avocado and a chicken breast, just eat the chicken thigh and the green beans.
Perfect.
So that'll just, you can stay that.
Okay.
Because you got the fat and the vegetables, those go well together. You'll have good energy. Then we'll hit the rice cake with the almond butter for the pre-workout snack, so you'll be energized.
Okay.
Hit the workout, drink the shake and a half banana right away before you go home, or like on the way home. And then 7:38 for dinner, have the shrimp or the chicken breast or whatever, plus the green beans or whatever veggie, a salad, whatever you're feeling like, and then also have a rice or potato or some kind of carbohydrate with that dinner.
With my dinner?
Yeah.
Okay.
And you only only need a half of a cup. So quantity wise, for your body size and how much muscle you have, you really only need to eat either 3/4 of a cup of potato or half of a cup of rice.
Okay.
You ever eat baked potato or sweet potatoes?
I do. I love it, but I stay away from it because I'm like.
No, you don't have to. You can eat. You can have it.
perfect.
So the quantities.
What can I put on it? So excited! I get my chicken thighs.
Yeah. I would just do, like, again, the fats are where you get the calories. So like if you're gonna like roast it or something, maybe you spray it with like the olive oil spray or something. You just got to be careful not to load it with like butter, sour cream.
Right.
We don't really have that much room yet in your diet to add that much extra calories.
Or you can put just some cinnamon on a sweet potato.
Yeah, cinnamon and like the spray of the coconut oil spray of cinnamon is money. So I'm gonna write this down. It's gonna be half of a cup of rice or 3/4 cup potato. That's it. That's really the game plan. And then, so if you can do that, and you've already got the food scale, so we shoot for this.
I got the protein powder.
And you're already logging it, so you're
I'm logging
doing
it.
really
Yeah,
good so
that's
far.
it, man.
Should I keep the first one app or should I?
Yeah, I like that.
The
There's no
only thing
reason to
is,
switch.
it's giving me, it's telling me I can eat 1557.